Hi, hello and welcome. I keep postponing the review on the Dragon deck, which I ordered a while ago, but I can say this is truly my favorite one for now, especially that I love the dragons and I love their world, and also the illustrations here is so fantasy-like, but also actually brings you inside of this dragon world. So let's start from the packaging. I absolutely in love with the box. I love how they have this debossing here, so it's inside of it. And also when you open it, they made, for the flap, they made a cute folding pattern here. So when you take the deck out, it's very easy. Very love that, how short through the deck is. So let's start. I'm just gonna show you the cards and explain a little bit more. But basically, they use here normal Rider-Waite description, so nothing really fancy or different to the classic. And what I like about this, that it can be very for the beginners, the deck, because the images are kind of self-explanatory, so you don't have to really think about them too much. So let's start. We have the Fool card here. I know you're gonna have it reversed, but anyway. So you see the little tiny dragon who starts its journey as a fool, and he's not quite comfortable with his long tail. And also you see as his companion there is a little snail that go all the way with him up there. And I'll show you that straight away. It's not in order. While I'll remember this. So here's the world card, and this is exactly the same dragon, only grown up now, and there is a snail, which is his companion for the whole journey. So yeah, this is nice explanation from the beginning to the end to close the journey when you start as a tiny baby and then finish it as a mature grown-up dragon. So for the major arcana, the dragons are different. They're different colors, they don't have a specific pattern. For example, the magician is a green dragon here. And then as a high priestess we have a bluish dark card. And then for the empress is a bit more grounded green one, and the emperor is a dark dragon here. I love the Hierophant very much, and the keys that represent the knowledge. Also the lovers are very tender, nice blue dragon reaching for each other. As a chariot, a very sensible card as well, where dragon is getting carried away by the seed of a flower and blown out. So you can't, as a chariot, you can't really control the direction where you go, and you just basically full speed on. And that's what I love about this card, that you can't really control, you just have to enjoy the journey. Strikes is also, you would think that it's about the dragon, but that's about this mice here that despite their size show its teeth to a dragon and doesn't really afraid of him. He still has courage to stand up for herself. Also Hermit is very nice card here. We have a little dragon sitting on the torch, which lantern here, which highlights the true knowledge within itself, which is in a little dark cave. Wheel of Fortune here shows the different seasonal changes. So around here you would see the leaves are changing and falling as a matter of seasons everywhere in our life cycle. This card is about this. Have a nice justice with a bit of a crown on the head of a dragon. The Hangman, which is a bit moody with the brain there, which is a bit unusual for Hangman, but still lovely card. And Death. Temperance is quite classic here. Devil is very funny. It's a bit similar to Lovers, only though there is moth around it. So even though it is something that you tempting, there is still dark sides to it that you might not be aware of. A very gloomy tower here, and a star as a hope that you're glazing up to, kind of reaching towards your dreams. Nice lovely moon and a tiny dragon there sits on top of it. I love this card, and I get that a lot in readings. Sun card, very sunny, very well, kind of giving hope when finally the light is coming through the dense branches of a tree. Then you get a judgment. World I showed you already, and also there is additional blank card. See, there is nothing on it, no numbers, no words, and even in the booklet, which is digital, which is pretty cool, I'll explain in a second. Even in the booklet you won't get the explanation of it, so I asked the creator of this deck, and she said that this card more is about comfort, and I would treat that as how's it, inactive, like very passive card, that you would stay on your position where you are, being in a comfort, probably like in a home, covered somewhere. I would even think this as a pregnancy card, but I didn't get that in reading, so I can't really tell if that plays out as a pregnancy, but I would treat it so. Then if we go to minor arcana, we'll get different dragons for different suits. So for example, for the Ace of Wands, for the one suit, we'll get red dragons, and all suit will be color coded. Ace of Cups will be a bit bluish greenish. Pentacles will be greenish, and then the Ace Swords suit will be very gloomy dark black dragon there. But also, as you might notice, for all aces we'll have a representative of a suit given its main element to the dragon. So in the swords we'll get crown as intellectual and wisdom animal, given its sword to a dragon. In the Ace of Pentacles we'll get very earthy turtle to give its pentacle to a dragon, which is a bit ground animal, wealth animal, like, you know, this little statues of turtle having a coin in the mouth, so this reminds me of this one. Then on the Ace of Wands we'll get a fox giving its wand to a dragon here, and on the Ace of Cups we'll get a little duckling giving it cup to a dragon. Let's start with the Pentacles. This is very earthy and grounded suit, so here you'll get dragons with the leafy scales to explain that they're very connected to earth and forests. So I see even the ears of a dragon will be like leaves. Two pentacles here, which is a bit unusual for pentacles. A dragon covered with rabbit, that gives him two pentacles here. Then three pentacles is about common work, where dragon building their nests, bringing their twigs to secure their eggs. Four of Pentacles, and then instantly you can see how mood changed for the Five Pentacles compared to this one. They were very subtle and nice colors, and here's a bit gloomy, moody. Even rain is going pouring down here, so you know it's a lack of resources, lack of faith. For the Six of Pentacles is getting a bit better. And then Seven of Pentacles, it's about waiting, and the dragon is burying his nose in the ground. Eight of Pentacles, still about working alone and trying to dig the coins by yourself. Nine Pentacles here is actually giving me a huge resemblance to a Sun card. Let me find that for you here. See, they kind of go together, and I would say that this is almost even if not the same dragon as to me. Pretty cool. Then 10 Pentacles is very nice about family, being together, kind of in love. Then for the page, we'll get a tiny dragon, and see, he doesn't have a crown when the knight will over here. It's not on his head yet, but that's, well, definitely Knight Hamlet, we know that, you can see that. And then for Queen of Pentacles, see, she has a leafy crown on her head. And a bit more, you'll get a kind of gold crown on the king head there. Pretty lovely transition. I know that some decks do that with the crowns. For example, if I'm not mistaken, on the name Elemental Tarot, where there is no people, only the elements of each card, that they have this thing with the crowns, where the page is a tweaks, then the Knight Hamlet, and then a bit more fancy for Queen, and definitely very fancy and expensive crown for King. So then Ace of Wands and one suit. It's gonna be fiery dragon, and dragon will be red, orange, and lots of fire there. Two of Wands, pretty standard. You have two twigs in between, and then a globe on top of it, which is kind of fiery sphere there. Then Three of Wands, decision you made and the first steps to make your accomplishment. Four of Wands. Five of Wands is about different fights that you have to take to stand up for yourself. Six of Wands, a very happy card. And then Seven of Wands, you see the dragon is on the guard, that you are protecting yourself. You're definitely on top of the game there. Eight of Wands, a fast card, and even flying dragon here. Nine of Wands, you can see how this journey is, that they probably, even if we look at it as a story that he had to put up with too much, that he tired and flew away finally to rest on the 9 cards, and then he gathered a bit more strength to collect all the twigs and be overwhelmed with them to fly away. And then here is slightly different representation in terms of crowns. That's what I'm looking for. So page doesn't have anything, but he has a little bud on the twig here. When King doesn't have a Hamlet here, but he has this stripes on the his wand here. And then the Queen, she has a flowers in her mouth, around her, and a nice crown. And then we have a jeweled crown for King to rest. Then we go to the cup suit, and here we have blue greenish dragons. And not every suit starts with a tiny dragon, but here's a bit of a tiny new dragon. The watery dragon, see, it doesn't have wings, it has kind of frog legs, so you can tell it's a different suit by dragon features. Two of Cups, sort of like lovers, but on a different scale of communication. They love being together, they have a good relationships. Three of Cups, 3 dragons are hanging out. Four of Cups, you can see the dragon is a bit bored. He's turning his head away from the cups that he saw there. And this one is definitely in pain, and it's not great pain, but it's just a bit of a disappointment there. And then 6 Cups, when the dragon is swim underneath the water. 7 Cups is clearly about choices here. You can see a different choices in the cups that he can make and choose whatever he wants. 8th cup is a bit gloomy as well, it's a bit darker, and the mood is different here. Nice 9 of cups, and absolutely happy 10 of cups with rainbow on the background. So then we have Page of Cups, a tiny little froggy dragon swimming underneath. Then we have a Knight of Cups, and we have his hamlet here on the side that he put away and represent his flower to a frog. Have a different crown for Queen here, and yeah, a little bit of a crown here for a king. But what I want to show you is a different mood. As Queen is calm, and she's more she is in control of it. We know that is water, and this is air, water, if I'm not mistaken, for the king. But you can tell how mood is different on these cards. This one is a bit more gloomy, a bit more windy, so there is more kind of contradiction. And here you can tell that the force that controls all the emotions in place, they are more sturdy, they are more in a commanding way compared to the Queen. So that's definitely a female and a male perspective on the emotions here. And the last shield that we have is the sword, completely different in the mood. It's a darker colors, dark black dragons here. So we have a crown given a sword. 2 of Swords, that usually represents no for almost all types of questions. Nothing gonna go behind that point. 3 of Swords is about painful news, breakdown, something that really put your heart in a heartbreaking state, if you would like. 4 of Swords is about rest, and here we have 2 crowns as well, watching dragon to sleep. 5 of Swords and 2 dragons flying away on the background. And then we have I'm not sure if they're actually flying away or if they're battling in between themselves, but this one doesn't really participate in this, and he kind of have a benefit from them fighting, so he's the main guy on this card. Then the 6 of Swords, we have a little sparrow here. 7 of Swords, still kind of about rest and not very active card, when usually we'll have someone like in Rider-Waite Tarot, we'll see a person carrying all of the 7 swords away, where here the dragon is kind of resting. I would say it's more about like have a bit of a resemblance to 4 of Swords. 8 of Swords, and we have this cage out of swords around the dragon. 9 of Swords, and here is 2 different cards for the 10 of Swords, one of which where dragon snapped all the swords himself, and this way everything's finished. Now battle is over. Is the dragon alive or dead? We don't know. I could say that he's resting, but on the other one we would definitely say that the dragon is dead. Like, now the battle is over for him, and in a different way that you would expect. All 10 swords are in him, where here he snapped them. So 2 different one. I think you can pull one out and leave one there, but I used 2. I always use all the cards that are in the deck because they're there for purpose. So I don't like to take them out. Just you can do whatever. Then we have Page of Swords with the sword in his mouth, being ready to explore, to learn, to see different new opportunities, and the windows blowing there, so he's almost gonna be flown as well and fly away. Here we have the fast Knight of Swords, and he's wearing his crown on the head, comparing to the other knights that we had. Then we have a Queen of Swords and a little birds next to her. They're not afraid of her because she's a queen, so she's more kind, I would say. And then we have a King of Sword and his gold sword looking upwards. So, what do you think? I think this is pretty cool. I like this deck. Actually, one more thing. It's not reversible, so you don't really work with the cards up and down. It's only just for up because, well, the back of it is not reversible. And I just noticed, I picked up the King of Wands, and I noticed that here you'll see salamander, and I guess that's the lion, probably. So the fiery animals to represent this suit as well. So that's it from me. Thank you so much. I would love to know if you like the deck. And also about the booklet, I said that I'm going to tell you in a second. I completely forgot about it. It's completely digital. You get the automatic email once you've done the purchase of the deck. So you can flick through the explanation to the cards. It's in a PDF file, and it's done in order to minimize the printing spending for the deck, because the creators are very environmentally centered. But they also do little cards. Here's the keywords for the major arcana and for the minor. You get the sword, the cups, the wands, and the pentacles. And also they very wrapped with love. So you even get the letter from the deck, and they have their own font, which is a bit funky, kind of like the dragon wrote that for you. So always by your side, your new deck. And also, I know it's reversed for you, but also you would get the use, but your sponges are funny. So, well. So, yeah. They get a bunch of things here in addition. So, that's their promo for this Thistledown Oracle that they're doing now. Little card with the dragon. And also a sticker from their first deck, which called 3 Trees. I wouldn't tell you the name, which 3 trees is this. I guess it's oak, ash, and something else. I can't remember. So, well, now this is definitely... No. Sorry. Also, you'll get in a nice red envelope the authenticity certificate with the date when that was printed and the number of your deck, which is pretty cool, so no one from Amazon or somebody else could replicate that to be authentic. Now this is it from me. Thank you so much. Bye.